You know, a lot of people think coaching and consulting and mentoring are the same thing. Well, I'm here to tell you that they're not. And understanding the difference between them changes everything. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to walk you through the best parts of each so you can start making money with them right away. See, when I finally understood the difference between coaching, mentoring, and consulting, I was able to sell my services. Because you know what the reality is if our future customers, our future coachees don't know what they're getting, they don't buy. Okay, so this video is going to walk you through step by step, teaching you the difference between the three. I'm glad you're here. I'm Sybil, and I'm the founder and creator of Burn Bright, Not Out. It's a movement helping ambitious people like you and I live with intention and ease and build multiple streams of income to live a happy, wealthy life. Sounds impossible, but that's what this channel's here for, so be sure to subscribe and like. And if you want to follow along, grab the free Ikigai Map in the description below. It'll help you find your personal mix of joy, skill, and service. Be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to share a short, powerful list that's going to help you get started with coaching, consulting, and or mentoring, or maybe a mix of all three, a hybrid model today. Let's dive in. Here is how I define coaching, mentoring, and consulting. So let's start with mentoring. Okay, mentoring, I define it as sharing lived experience to help someone else see what's possible. And the way I've used mentoring in my recent past is being an independent contractor for the Modern Classroom Project. I'll talk more about each of these and my example as we go through the video. But first, I just want to give you an overview of the three. So next is coaching. Coaching is defined by helping someone think through reflection and curiosity. Okay, coaching is much more about the coachee. Mentoring is about a resource helping them do something that you also do. For me, I was an elementary instructional coach for 8 years, and I did that as my day job, helping teachers get better at their instructional practices. And the last one is consulting. Now, I define consulting as offering systems and strategies that help people get results faster. So much like mentoring, you have probably lived this experience and you're helping implement processes and systems to get the change to happen quicker. And for me, I have been an independent contractor for Aaron Kent Consulting, literacy strategists, as we call ourselves, helping educators in this way by doing consulting visits and online work. So here's the thing, is each one of these uses a different part of who you are. You may be more skilled at one, you may enjoy one more, but that's what we're going to dig into in this video so you can understand the intricacies of each one and therefore put into practice and sell your services. You might even want to blend them. That's really what I'm doing online now in my school community. And I see a lot of people in this space using all three in the work they do with their clients. The first thing I want to talk about is not quitting your 9 to 5. What I recommend is keeping that 9 to 5 and building some income streams on the side before you take the leap into full consultancy, coaching, mentoring. Okay. And my very first mentoring gig started while I was still teaching full time. That's right, 5th graders all day, mentoring educators in the evening. So what I did is I got hired as an independent contractor by the Modern Classroom Project. They're a nonprofit organization here in the US, and they do phenomenal work helping teachers learn how to implement blended mastery-based, self-paced learning into their classrooms and online spaces. Much of what you see me do in my school community, in fact, is modeled on this very exact same instructional model. But at the time, I wasn't a guru. I was just 2 or 3 steps ahead of teachers just beginning now. And so what I did is I implemented the modern classroom model into my classroom. I studied it. I got better at it. I shared it with my colleagues. I got hired to be a mentor, helping other educators implement the practices into their classrooms and instruction with students. This was my first taste of really being paid for something outside of my 9 to 5, on top of real estate and investing, which I will talk about in future videos. They're super crucial and they bring me in the most money as far as my streams of income go. But in this video, we're talking about mentoring, coaching, and consulting. And so I took that gig kind of for the first time of being like, oh, I can do similar things that I'm doing my day job. Also in the evening, start seeing if it's a viable option to jump ship from the 9 to 5 and do something more like this full-time or as one part-time of a stream of income. So for 8 years, coaching was my day job. I've been everything from a literacy coach to an early childhood coach to a teaching and learning coach to a tech and innovation coach. And so I have really mastered and learned how to ask questions, how to paraphrase abstractly, how to kind of get my coachee to share their thinking out loud and therefore make progress with their work. And this has been a really powerful base for me to then later jump into the mentoring and the consulting, because I can integrate my coaching skills into those two areas. So now the cool thing is that I bring in this same coaching energy into an online space on school, all about building multiple streams of income. If you'd like to join me, the description is in the link below and it's completely free. I'd love to have you join us. So if you're watching and wondering, like, how do I know what I'm going to be coaching or consulting or mentoring about? I don't have training for this. Where I want you to begin is in the description below by downloading that Ikigai Map. Let's talk about what Ikigai is. Ikigai is the intersection of things you're good at, things you love, what the world needs from you, how can you serve, and then what you can be paid for. And so I explore my Ikigai every single month in my free school community. So if you'd like to come to one of those guided calls, please sign up. It's completely free. The link is in the description below. As far as my consulting experience goes, I consulted for 3 years with Aaron Kent Consulting, going into international schools and some domestic independent schools, and helping teachers move forward with a particular process, in this case, literacy instruction in their classrooms. I help teachers move forward in their practices through consulting. I also do a lot of questioning and abstraction through my coaching within my consulting and my mentoring. So as I said, today my business blends all three. I mentor through my story, my lived experiences. I'm doing Amazon with you. I'm doing school with you. I'm doing real estate with you. I'm doing rentals properties with you, right? I'm building those multiple streams of income with you and helping and guiding you along the way, because together we're better, right? I also coach through reflection. I help people do reflection practices by paraphrasing, by asking questions, because this is the most powerful inner work we can do, is to get it out of us and look at data and think about what's been happening and what we want to do next. And I also consult with strategy. So consulting and teaching people how to do the next research-based step or the next step that worked well for them is such an important part. And oftentimes we kind of need to hold their hand at this point. And so that consulting lens works perfectly here. And I do want to take a moment to recognize that learning is absolutely crucial, okay? I briefly gave you an overview of coaching, mentoring, consulting in this video, but once you kind of find your interest in one of them, I would encourage you to go out and learn as much as you can. Watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, read articles and books, follow Facebook groups, school communities, other things talking about that thing. Get involved in the community, because that learning should never stop. It's just going to continue to change and evolve. In fact, right now, I believe so strongly in learning. My next thing that I start on Monday is earning my ICF accredited AI integrated coaching certification. I'm so excited to finally formally move my coaching practice forward with AI integration through this certificate program. If you're interested in checking out what I'm doing, the link is also in the description below. It looks super cool. It's by my amazing coach, Evelyn Weiss, and Laura. I can't remember her last name. Sorry, Laura. But I would love to have you join me in there as well. Link is in the description below. So as I'm building my understanding, my practices, and my reflection in mentoring, coaching, and consulting, I'm also thinking about these things. I'm thinking about my burn bright fuel because I want to do this with intention and without burnout. I'm also thinking about my time management and my executive functioning skills. So currently, my fuel is really focused around intentional living, building in time for self-care, time for fun, and time for work, and time for breaks and recovery, right? And so this intentional living fuel is really, really driving every single decision I make every single day when I'm planning the day out. I'm also choosing work that aligns with my Ikigai. I'm at a point where the streams of income are working so well. I'm like, which one brings me the most joy do I want to focus my time and effort into? And remember, that Ikigai is the intersection of what I love, what I'm good at, and what the world needs, and how I can get paid for that, right? My time management is really around, I kind of alluded to it already, balancing self-care, me time, living my dream life. I didn't take the leap to work 80 hours a week. Most people you see out there are doing just that. I'm here to show you that you don't have to, okay? I pretty much work 8 to 4 with a half hour, maybe earlier than that, an hour or half hour later than that, depends on the day and what I'm doing. But that's my kind of like truncated for sure time that I'm working 8 to 4 with. I try to take 2 15-minute breaks, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and I take a 30-minute lunch. Oftentimes I love to do a learning lunch where I watch a YouTube video about one of my Ikigai areas. See, it comes around. And then my executive functions lie here in my prefrontal cortex. And I'm really focusing on planning and following through. So I have my Get Your Shit Done planner in small batch that's coming out soon on Amazon. And I use that every single day. And I plan my day. And what I've noticed is my energy runs down in the afternoon. I bet yours might too. And so sometimes I don't check them off and I don't finish those tasks. So I'm really working on sticking to the plan I set out for myself each morning based on my kind of bigger weekly goals for that week. Okay. And this is how I'm burning bright, not out. So if you're ready to start building multiple streams of income, I want you to start simple. I want you to think, do I want to look into coaching, more open-ended questioning and paraphrasing? Do I want to look into mentoring where I have a shared live experience and I want to help people do what I'm doing at a mastery level? Or do I want to consult where I think of it or I have my own process or I use a process or a system that I also want to teach others? Start with this one type of helping, guiding people, and start learning about it. Start journaling about it. Find your Ikigai. What could you coach in? What could you mentor in? What brings you joy? What can you be paid for? What does the world around you need, your community? And then you can start mentoring by sharing your story, coaching by guiding reflection, and consulting by packaging your systems. You don't have to choose forever, just choose one and get started. Tell me in the comments below, what are you going to check out first? Coaching, mentoring, or consulting? If this resonated with you, please, please, please download that free Ikigai map, print it off, or just do it in a notebook. The 4 categories are what you're good at, what you love, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Dump it all out, do some reflection and journaling, and see where it takes you. Choose coaching, mentoring, or consulting, and start digging in and learning. Okay, as promised, here's the short list of things you can do today to get started in your field of Ikigai, coaching, mentoring, or consulting. So, 1, mentoring. Choose someone 1 or 2 steps behind you and share a story or a win. Or share that story or win in a group that talks about that area of expertise. 2, coaching. Find somebody who wants to talk something out with you and practice listening, paraphrasing, and asking questions. Don't insert, oh, that reminds me of, or your stories. Just try to move the person in front of you forward with their thinking. 3, mentoring. What experience are you doing right now that fits your Ikigai, that you love, that you're good at? Could you help others move in that same direction? Find somebody who wants to do something with you and see how it feels to be a couple steps ahead. So I want you to right now, when this video ends, turn off your TV or your computer or put down your phone and journal. What energizes you the most? Do you think you want to work on coaching, mentoring, or consulting? Download that Ikigai map. Tell us what your Ikigai is. Where do they intersect in the comments below? If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and be sure to join me next week where I walk you through another income stream that I am currently mastering. Don't forget, it's a good day to have a good day. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.